So what up? This you do X to the V.
You're from Wichita?
Yes.
Lunch, we're with XV.
What up?
My man XV.
We good. You brought your boy XV with you too.
To the V,
Yeah.
somebody real, man.
You know what I mean? How? Ready? Yo, what's going on? It's your boy XV, busy in the building. All right, so it's podcast time. We're going to talk to the people about so much. We got so much going on, all right? I'm in the building. Let's get this started, yo. I thought this was me.
By the way, hi, I'm Carla. This is Alex.
Yeah, introduce yourselves to the people, please. Please, hey, guys. I'm gonna introduce my lovely guest. Nah. Introduce yourself to the world. This podcast is a long time in the making. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, you know what? So I met Alex. You started at Power on the morning show 2 years ago?
2 years almost now.
And I'm in afternoons.
Yep.
And it was like, wow, there's a girl in the station now.
Yes.
There's female energy in the station. It was amazing.
Yes.
And so I feel like we both didn't know how to like act sometimes because you're so used to
that masculine energy
and the competition.
That part.
But there wasn't any competition. I felt like I felt like there was supposed to be, but there wasn't.
That's why a lot of people were trying to pin us against each other.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, hold on, because
it's only
was
one,
on the morning.
It's only one girl now, so now there's two.
There's two.
Right.
And women in radio in Wichita is so limited.
Very.
So it was like automatic, oh, you guys are supposed to hate each other.
Yeah.
But then
we like got to know each other and we're so different, but we're so it works.
It works.
Like
typically sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like when we do the morning show, I told her like when we do the morning show together, her energy is more like feminine.
Really? Because we conflated. Because you have the feminine energy to me, and I have the masculine.
See, I feel like I have the masculine.
That's crazy.
I think from listening to you guys that you have the masculine energy.
I think so too.
Yes.
So it's interesting. Your perspective feels like
I do think that you have the masculine energy. You seem very this might be the sign in you, you know, like where
which
you
we'll get into.
Yeah, you get into this like not aggressive, but very forward. Let's go forward, you know, and forward and pushing forward is very like masculine, and you're very like, okay.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, let me buckle up.
Yeah, like
I'll assist.
Yes,
that's what I love.
Yes.
That's what I love.
And that's what I love about you. You will get down to the I was like, just the other day I was telling somebody I appreciate about me and Carla's friendship is that I'll be like, well, I don't know, and maybe we should, you know, and I'll kind of want to flow. And she'll be like, no, we need to push forward, we need to get direct. And she will know how to give that energy as soon as we need it.
All right, so how will it be different with this from being on air then?
Well, you know, there's the 7 words you're not supposed to say on air. They're cuss words.
Yeah. Okay.
And we can say those. I mean, I'm not going to be like,
that's beautiful.
Just to be rebellious.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. It's, you know,
freedom.
Podcast isn't FCC regulated.
Yes.
It's like I can say the crude stuff I want to say. I can be my absolute raw self. And we were even like, should we call it like raw and you know, removing the veil type thing.
Yes. I like that because when you all, you know, saw me, I was like, hey, XV, I want to talk to you all about removing the veil. And I love that word. That's a Scorpio thing.
Yes.
Okay. But removing the veil is something that I feel like I just think that the world wants more of. Yes. We're seeing it more than ever in 2024.
Yes.
They want that veil removed. I think the new generation came in and with all the media we're getting now, it's like we want to see the real.
Yeah.
And so much so that you don't know what the real is now.
Yeah.
Almost so much so that they're removing veils that weren't even there.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that though, when you say being transparent. I think that's part of what took us so long is because it's so vulnerable to be so transparent.
Yeah.
And I am a Scorpio.
Yes.
And
it
so
is
it's
very
like,
vulnerable.
It's exciting, but it's almost like you're scared of success.
Yeah.
Because you're putting yourself out there and it's like, it's go time. And it's like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
No, it's go time. Hold on, really quick.
Because I feel like the season right now it was on time because we, for so long, would have these conversations off air and be like, man, like, we just get deep very quickly.
All the way.
And like,
all the way.
It just took a minute because like, even when I first started being on air, you know, when you're in media, when you're forward facing in your career.
You struggled with that.
I struggled with it. So she had to coach me a lot because she was like, look, it's a part of the game. Like, you got to get, and so I went went through a lot of personal growth, even getting over the cringe part of listening to my own voice on air.
I could only imagine.
That part.
I could only imagine. I don't listen to any of my interviews.
That's so interesting.
After I finish
Except
them.
this one.
I might just because I'm running it.
Yeah.
But that's it. No, you know, when you hear your voice, you're like, wait, that's how I sound.
Not me sounding like that.
Yeah, not me sounding like that. So I could only imagine that is definitely a different thing. So how did you all get into radio in the first place? If you weren't even like trying to hear your voice like that, what got you into radio?
I think it was just doing what I loved. I started hosting randomly. Like I was working at.
So you guys started getting
retail.
on the mic. The mic got you there.
Yes.
Okay.
So it started off with writing.
You're a singer too.
Oh, well.
I mean,
not too much. Not too much.
You a singer too, huh?
And
so what we talking about? Yeah.
Very much throat chakra energy in this whole place right now.
All the way. All the way. The crown and the throat chakras are working right now.
It's funny just how things align because you started hosting for Ponder This and I hit you up.
Yes.
And I was like, hey, have you ever been to radio? You're like, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, would you consider it?
So did you push her into it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I pushed her off that ledge.
Oh my God, I was so nervous.
Oh, I bet.
But people,
I bet.
my tribe has to do me like that.
Well,
and then when I'm pushed, I'm like, oh, I'm soaring. I'm good.
That's very aware of her to know that too.
What's your zodiac signs? What's your zodiac signs?
I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Leo.
Oh.
And it works. It works.
All right, so getting pushed off the ledge for you by this one is necessary.
Oh, absolutely.
Let me tell you. All right, so what was it like when you all first started the friendship and now working together on this? Give me the background on that. What was it like when y'all first started? Give me that, because
what's the gif or the meme where the guy's like,
oh yeah,
we were
who was that? Both of y'all? Who was that more? I want to say it's you.
Okay, let me.
I want
really
you the
quick,
Scorpio, so I want to say it's you.
For all the astrology heads, I am a Scorpio Libra rising.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm a Cancer moon.
Okay.
So to me, I feel like a lot of what I do, there's a lot of reflection going on.
Oh, yes.
And she's a Gemini rising.
Oh, snap.
And
so both risings are air, which is beautiful. And Gemini Libra are best friends when it comes to, Gemini Libra are best friends. But we go into Scorpio Leo too. Scorpio Leo, all right, you needed to push her off that ledge because the Scorpio. All right, so let me go into hip hop. So what got me into astrology? Period.
Yeah, give me the idea.
Let's go ahead and
wait. Yeah, you're not gonna.
Yep.
You can take it. You can take it.
We're talking about astrology.
Yeah.
And you don't have people hit me up like, ask me about the book. Ask me about the book.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, relax.
Yeah.
So let's dive into astrology and hip hop.
Yeah.
You're
all right,
about to go there.
So hip hop is a very raw element of music. If you look at any of the different genres, from country to rock to classical, there's so many different theories inside of it.
Yeah.
There's theory inside it. There's theory in songwriting, period. But hip hop is one of those art forms that it came so free form. You know, it came from us, so it came from this this raw, undeveloped style, and because of that, it takes in all of the natural elements. So a lot of people are being themselves more so when they're doing hip hop music or rap music more than ever. That's why you get like the word raw and cutting edge and hard hitting and stuff like that with hip hop. You're not saying that with a soft rock song or a Beatles song.
Okay, so let's back up here because from the beginning, from your story, when I was listening to one of your albums, one of your old albums, I saw a song that said ADD.
Yes.
How did that? Do you have ADD in real life?
In real life,
okay.
ADHD in real life.
How do you feel like that incorporated into your story? From where you began to where you are now and how you matured in music?
All the way. So I've always been a go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
What was school like for you?
School, you go pick up any Donovan Johnson report cards. They will say he's a good kid. He just talks a lot. and he won't sit down. He can't stay focused.
Bless your mama's heart.
Oh man, bless my mama's heart. You know what she did? She gave me books. And books helped me with focus because that ADHD, it made me love stories. It made me love comics, movies, scripts, anything with a story. And so going back to astrology is the greatest story of all because we live it every day.
Yeah.
It's a wheel for a reason, just like the clock. You know what I mean? It's always moving.
12 hours,
12 hours, 12 signs, 12 hours in the day, 12 hours in the night.
Yeah.
Right? And then that split. There's also like 6 and 6. So that it's really like I look at like Old Testament, New Testament. The first 6 signs are the Old Testament. The second 6 signs are the New Testament.
Wow.
And so learning that, I'm like, wow, I actually learned about myself through it, and I realized like that energy, that's my Aries moon. So you say you're a Cancer Cancer moon. What rising?
Libra.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna bless your heart.
Yeah.
For real. Because you're a Scorpio. What's your Mercury? What's your Venus?
Mercury is Scorpio.
Okay.
Mars is Virgo, which helps me so much.
Oh, Mars is Virgo.
Yeah.
Wow, your Mars was pretty far away when you were born.
And then my Venus is Capricorn.
So just to be clear, Venus rules love, Mars rules what, career?
Action. What makes you move? What makes you go?
So that's why she needs a fire under her ass sometimes. Her Mars is in Cancer, which is a water sign.
Oh my God, Lord Jesus.
So
that feels
boom.
like you blasted me because that's the worst place I feel like to have that.
So let me tell you.
No. It's
my
real.
Mars is in Cancer.
Is it?
My Mars is in Cancer.
I feel
so
seen
I
right
feel
now.
you. I feel you. With my moon, so I'm a Cancer. So my emotions being in Aries helps me because emotionally I need to go in order to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
So that's where that ADHD comes from.
Yeah.
Is I need action. Sitting down and just watching would always be a problem for me.
Yeah.
But give me some action. Hey, I'm there.
I bet even when you're watching a movie, you got to do 2 things at once.
Oh my God.
It's actually bad.
You're the worst to watch a movie with, I'm sure.
I'm the eating, watching.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm the
Probably
eating and watching.
saying the words.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
you've seen this before, haven't you?
Yes. I'm the eat and watch a movie person. I'm the talking during the movie, unfortunately. So I'll definitely watch movies at home more than ever. Or go to the movie by myself. I'm gonna go to the movie by myself.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm one of those go to the movie by myself just so I don't. I'll be in the movie by myself wanting to be like to the couple next to me like, what do y'all think of this?
Like, sweetie, let's move down.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
For real.
Okay. As ADD, as a kid, you were nonstop.
Yep.
You dive into all these books. How did that play into your music in the beginning and how you are now? Because when did you start like really diving into like maybe esoteric stuff or the spiritual realm or astrology? When did that enter your life?
All right, so I'm 15 when I become XV. I'm 15 years old.
That's so interesting because our Saturn return, age 0 to 7.
Yep, you know about it.
Yeah, and then
you know
15,
about it. There you
15,
go.
you're like, oh, let me.
So I didn't know how astrologically all of that was aligned. That's what got me into astrology. The age, 15, all of that. So I don't get into astrology until I'm 30, 15 years later. And when I say get into it, I mean where I'm at now didn't happen until I was 30 years old. I got a book when I was 29. When I turned 30, I started working on a script. And I was like, yo, what if I made all these characters based on signs? Not knowing how deep astrology was. I'm like, what if I just made this person a Virgo, this person a Leo, this person a Libra? I bet I could make these characters very well-rounded. So I start working on it. I start working on Virgo first. Virgo, the sign of my father. I based it on Idris Elba. So I'm writing it and I'm watching The Wire. I'm writing. I'm like, hold on. This is just like my dad and my OG and my manager. All my managers in my whole career, my whole life have been Virgos.
That's interesting.
It is, but it doesn't surprise me because if you know Virgos, why wouldn't they be? They love managing. They love clerical. They love being on top of things and being organizing. Yeah. Of course. So I have my booking agent was a Virgo. My manager was a Virgo. My manager that I found through Chitty Bang. Chitty Bang was a Virgo. Chitty Bang and my manager had the same birthday. And that was my manager was September 11th. Chitty Bang was September 11th, and he managed him. I didn't even know anything about astrology till maybe 5 years after this.
It's just astrology is such an amazing tool.
It's a
even when you're
tool.
It's a
cultivating
blueprint.
you're cultivating your tribe around you.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I need a Virgo in this place
Oh,
to help
yeah.
me manage this, and I need my best friend to be this sign
Yep.
because this will help me.
Yep.
It's so important.
So when I turned 30, I got this book. I recommend, if you haven't got into astrology, if you're not really up on astrology,
Because somebody right now is rolling their eyes.
like,
They're
man,
oh, it's because you've been lied to your whole life. In the
Yes.
newspaper, 4-star day.
yeah,
All fake
Yeah.
because you're so much more than your sun sign.
you know, people, and so much more than your sun sign. Let's get into that. When people, say, all right, well, tell me, I'm a Leo, so tell me what, and somebody goes, oh, you are a Leo, you're such a Leo, and they go, I lied to you, I'm actually,
Right.
The
Right.
reason why they probably saw some of those traits is because maybe those traits are in your chart. You have all of the signs running through you. The just like the world does. Like we're on Earth, but we're feeling the effects of the sun, the moon, Venus, Mercury, whether you know it or not. That's why Scorpio, let's get into, like I said, hip hop with the connections of like alignment. That's why Future, Pluto, his name being Future for one, and then Pluto being the album. Pluto is what rules Scorpio. So you have Drake making albums
and
called
Mars.
Scorpion, and then you get Future nicknaming himself Pluto.
Do you know Drake has an astrologer who helps him time out when his albums drop?
His name's Drake. Draco is a Scorpion name. Draco,
know that.
dragon.
I didn't know that either.
The word Draco comes from dragon.
Wow.
So he even is a name. He's named. His name is Aubrey. You feel me? But he knew Drake
Yeah.
is the name that I
Is that in the book?
represent. Come on, is that in the book? Let me talk about Scorpio and Leo. I talk about that in my book, Heavy. Scorpio and Leo.
Why? Why do you talk about that in your book, Heavy?
Because Big Pun and Fat Joe. So Big Pun pushed Fat Joe off that ledge. Big Pun was the one who was like, Joe, get off the streets. Let's get this rap money. Fat Joe will attest to that. Fat Joe, one thing y'all Leos do is you all do get a lot of credit for not even having to do much. They do. They do.
I
are
feel
you
like Leo is a
reading
lucky
me?
sign.
They get credit for doing
Yeah.
the least.
I feel like I lead a
Jennifer
lucky life.
Lopez.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the one sign that does. You all are all showmanship. So it's not that you all lack talent, because y'all definitely have that. It's just that's not what is on the forefront. It's not the surface of you all. The surface is that showmanship. Deion Sanders. People know Deion Sanders for Prime.
Yeah.
The word limelight even is associated with you all because lemons is associated with Leo. And so
Yeah.
limelight is huge. But Scorpio, you all are that underground.
Yeah.
Y'all like to be literally the veil.
Yeah.
Like behind it. And you all like to get behind other people's veils.
That's why I was okay with being fake when I'm on air. I'm this persona because it's not always the real me.
Yes.
And it's fun.
And
Yeah.
you understand that is there's
I'm
nothing
like,
wrong
haha,
with
you
that.
don't really know me.
See, this
There's
is
nothing
why
wrong
when
with
we
and
started this
Scorpios love
podcast, it's
that.
like getting behind the, what'd you say?
Scorpios love that.
Yes.
You don't know me. Haha.
Getting behind the veil and like being able to perform. So like for me, my identity is so wrapped up in the way that I perform. She was able to separate that very
There
easily.
you go. So
Mine melts into
Which is
it.
interesting. I'm surprised because Gemini represents two. It represents the two pillars, represents the lungs, twos.
Yep.
And they're good. A lot of Geminis are known to be two-faced.
two-faced.
And gossipy, underdeveloped ones.
Yep.
So it's interesting. I think I told her she needs to tap into that.
Yes.
To be able to kind
Especially
of...
with radio.
Especially with radio. Yes.
Yes.
Right.
And
Almost, you're basically telling her how to create that veil because Leo is all heart, all,
Yes.
all fire. So
She's
it's
a
like,
bad
nah,
liar.
look,
She's so, like, loyal
look,
and-
and you're like, nah, you got it sometimes.
Yeah, you got it.
But you know why? Because a Scorpio knows, like I said, so all the signs are in a culmination of the signs before them. That's why Aries is very much the baby. Because Aries doesn't have any signs before them. So they're just like, ha ha, life is good. I don't know anything.
They jump before they look.
Yeah, because they don't know. They don't know. And then Pisces is kind of very nervous. And that's why Aries and Pisces get along well, and you never would think so.
Yeah.
Because it's the baby meeting the old man. You know, and you know how old people are with babies?
Yeah.
That's the Pisces and the Aries.
Come here, baby.
Yeah, come here, baby. You don't know
can't do
anything.
that.
You
You
don't
hurt
know.
yourself,
You won't
baby.
hurt yourself, baby.
When we talk
Boom.
about performing, that makes me have a question. So when it comes to when it comes to your public identity,
Yes.
your ego, your role,
Yes.
how do you feel like that differs from who XV is
Oh,
by himself?
huge. All right,
Nobody's
so-
watching.
I feel like I've known you for
Yeah,
how many years?
you
I feel
know
like I
it.
don't know you though.
Okay, so you
I
know
feel like
that's
I
because
know you,
that's
but
my that's because that's my Cancer. My sun is my Cancer. So also let's get into my chart. My moon is Aries. My rising is Capricorn. My Venus is Gemini. My Mercury is Leo. Okay, so Mercury. See, obviously, I'm talking with my hands.
Yeah.
I'm performative. I've been that way forever.
My
so I
Mercury's crying
communicate. No, I don't. But that's because of my Aries moon. You feel me?
Yeah.
My
Oh,
Aries
yeah, yeah,
moon.
yeah.
Ain't gonna
My
let
Aries
you.
moon ain't gonna let me.
He's like, cry, see what happens.
No, for my Aries moon is actually like that. It's like you cry if you want to, motherfucker. I promise you.
Because your moon
I
sign is who you
promise
are when you're deeply comfortable.
There you go. There
So
you go.
it's like, so when you're in your Aries, it's like you feel, so do you ever struggle with like, okay, when you're in public spaces, you don't want to, or when you're trying to work as a team, maybe
Yeah.
on a project, is
Yeah.
that difficult for you sometimes?
It's difficult only in the way of yeah, it's difficult in the way of like, you know, Cancer can be like, all right, y'all got it.
Yeah.
Y'all got it. Cause it's emotional. Like the emotional, like basically imagine people's emotions fill up like water, right? Cancer fills it up fast. It doesn't take a lot. It's like, oh, that hurt me, water. Oh, that
Yeah.
hurt me, water. And it's like, yeah, all right, I've reached my limit.
Yeah.
I am done now.
I'm just
That can
seeing
happen a
so
lot
many.
with Cancer.
I'm seeing so many because you're a Cancer.
Yeah.
And you're this Aries moon. It's got to be exhausting because this like Cancer is they retreat. They're a water
Yeah,
sign. It's
yeah.
like, oh, I just need to
But
rest.
also-
Aries is like, no, come on, we got this.
Yes, Cancer also, you have to know they're a river, so they want to flow. So a Scorpio is like an ice block. You all are not moving. You all are a block of ice, and in order to turn that into liquid, you need heat, right? And so you give it that fire, and it gives a little bit. It's a huge ice block.
Yeah.
not a little
Oh,
ice
yeah.
block.
Titanic.
Literally,
You know
I'll
those
be
big
like,
ones that they take with those hooks, and they got two people dragging them. That's the Scorpio ice
yes.
block.
Oh my God. I'll be like, Carla, like for me, like, okay, because my Venus is in Libra as well.
Yes, okay.
I'm a lover. So
Yes.
even with this ice block right here,
Yeah.
I'll be trying to be like, Carla, oh my God, I love you. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, friend.
And-
Okay, let's do this. Like,
Yeah.
And she's just like,
Wow.
I'm like, huggies.
Yeah.
and
wow.
I'm like, so I'll stop by and I'll chat. Oh, my house? You want to?
And your Venus
You
is
want to
what?
be here?
My Venus
Capricorn.
is Capricorn.
Oh, that's another
Yeah,
reason
that's why
why.
she's
That's
so-
more than everything. That's more. The Capricorn that almost doesn't understand why you're doing it. They're like, they're so big on time.
Thank you.
They're so big on time. They're like, thank you. Let's keep moving.
And then my Scorpio's questioning, like, why are you?
And then the Scorpio's like, hold on.
What is your
I need more
agenda?
context.
Yeah, it's so funny because
Oh,
just
I hate
a
that
moment
for you.
of freaking, a moment of vulnerability and transparency. I was like, yo,
I know it.
we clicked so much that I was like, okay, well, we gotta be besties because I'm feeling this energy. I don't know
Okay.
what it is, but it had to manifest in work in this.
yeah,
Mm.
yes.
Because it would not manifest in the streets. We tried to go outside and was like, let's hang out and
No,
just do
that
nothing.
ain't work. That ain't it.
Plus, when we go out, let's say we get to drinking, our egos have fun, but
they
it's
show up.
surface.
Yes.
It's surface
I
level.
can see that. I can see that. So like what I'll say about hip hop with Scorpio and Leo, Big Pun and Fat Joe. If you think about even Dirty Money, that's another group. Dirty Money, Diddy, he was the Scorpio. Kalina and Dawn.
Wait, is Diddy a Scorpio?
Oh, Diddy is the Scorpio of all Scorpios.
That blows my mind.
It actually.
Please tell me R. Kelly's not a Scorpio.
No, R.
'Cause at
Kelly's
this
actually a
point-
Capricorn, January 8th.
Okay.
Diddy is November 4th. And Diddy is, all right, Diddy, I'll tell you the most Scorpios. The biggest 5 Scorpios. Drake, Diddy, Future, Tyga. He's such a Scorpio. Like everything about him. and Scarface.
Okay, October and November Scorpios.
Oh,
Because I feel
wow.
like there's a big difference.
Huge difference. All right, you know why though? Because of decadence. Okay, so imagine it like time. So imagine like the hour. 10 o'clock, 10:15, 10:30, and 10:45 are so different as far as where are we going, right? And so the Scorpio is like, all right. So if it's about the veil, if it's about the underlying, the more you get into it, the more that becomes the focus. So October has a little bit more light.
Some Libra
Some
shining.
Libra shining in there. And so that's why Drake, he's on the cusp. I'm pretty sure he's like the 26th.
He's cusp.
He literally has harmony from the Libra. Harmony, and when I say harmony, melody. You know, that's where that tone that he has when he goes like that comes from Libra. That comes from the scales. You know what I mean? That's why the scales, harmony, it all aligns with light.
And that's also probably why he's the Oprah of rap and always giving away gifts.
There
and
you
he's
go.
Very giving.
Oh, for
and-
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's like
And-
everybody must win.
but let me tell you this too. Like we said, like the chart placements are a lot more important than the month November or October because Drake is also a Cancer moon and that rules him more than that.
Yes.
What?
Aw.
The
He's
more
an
it
emotional
rules
guy.
him, it rules him more
He's a
than
baby.
everything. He loves love. He needs love.
Let me tell you about love real quick. Drake is a Scorpio. I think Drake's so toxic. I think
He
we don't know.
Well,
how,
I think all Scorpios are.
period.
I
Yeah,
do.
underdeveloped.
I do. Underdeveloped. Yes, underdeveloped.
there we
ones,
go.
Yes.
Because with me, with my Scorpio, Cancer moon, Libra rising, for years I loved being loved, but I wasn't necessarily in love with the person. I
Yes.
loved the
Be-
love they had
yes.
for me.
I-
How
do you,
egotistical.
do you
is
think
Yeah.
that Drake is that way?
Absolutely.
I hear that in his music.
Oh yeah.
There's things that he talks about in his music. So, like, the funnest part about writing my book, and this book has taken me 10 years to write.
What's the name of the book, by the way?
It's called Hip Hop Stars.
Hip Hop Stars.
Hip Hop
okay.
Stars is
Oh,
going to be
that's-
coming out this year.
That's perfect.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's an astrological exploration of hip hop. So I literally break down like hip hop started August 11th, 1974, 50 years ago. And
Leo.
boom,
Yeah.
why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it?
Okay,
But it
listen,
started
guys.
with Aries.
I want people are wanting to know about the album.
Yes, let's get into
So
it.
the book's dropping this year.
Yes,
Music.
yes.
What can people expect?
All right, so I'm working on an album. It's pretty much done, but we're finishing it up now. It's called Blog Era is Dead. So I come from this era called the blog era. Big Sean just talked about it on his Tiny Desk. I loved what he said. He said, you know, the blog era was his time. You know, he was signed to Kanye West. J. Cole was signed to Jay-Z. I'm coming out of Wichita, Kansas.
Right.
Wiz Khalifa's coming out of Pittsburgh with Mac Miller. We all were trying to find an opportunity to like share our music, and here came this blog. And the blogs, kind of like podcasts, gave us an opportunity to tell our story throughout series of music, series of mixtapes, just a series. It was before social media became social media. And it was hard because you have everybody now fighting for that blog spot. People are fighting for that Two Dope Boys post, Rap Radar post, Not Right post. I was one of the lucky ones who broke through there. And not only did I get a fan base through that era, but I created like my lane through that era. I tell people all the time, the blog era was the funnest time because it was a time where being a nerd was cool, being different was accepted, and it kind of created the shift in music that we're at right now, where we're like accepting everything,
Yeah.
right?
I feel like that's why you have such a loyal fan base.
It is.
It reminds me of Pink because you hear a lot of Pink fans say
Yes.
Pink makes us feel like it's okay to be ourselves, not be like Pink, but to be ourselves.
Ourselves. I hear that more from all ages.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
From all
Yeah.
ages. And so Blog Era is Dead is it's pretty much the story. And I can't wait till you said that, you know, that's so dope to me. Like you haven't got to know me. I just told my friend the other day, my producer Seven, I was like, yo, this album is my best album because I have tried to be someone on so many other albums. And this is the first time where I'm sharing who I am right
now. Get present.
I'm present
Yeah.
in the whole album. Like
Yeah.
there's times, of course, I'm a Cancer. So reflection is huge for me. I'm always going back and telling those nostalgic stories. Nostalgia is huge, but I learned this. Nostalgia is actually a sad word. Nostalgia is a word that means like sadness. It's something that, because when you think about the
It's like overwhelming.
it's overwhelming of remembering those past times, right? So instead of remembering those past times, I'm bringing people up to date with where I am now and how did I get here. So I have a song called Shared Trauma, talking about my relationship. And I literally talk about how does a cancer, culminate all of the traumas that they go through in a relationship. I feel like, when you're in a relationship for a long time, I've been in a relationship for a long time. When you're in a relationship for that length of period, you go through traumas, whether it's like, somebody losing a parent, somebody getting into a car wreck.
You don't think about that stuff.
And those traumas, you share them.
Yeah.
And so now you create this relationship, and it's not like a trauma bond.
I was just thinking that.
It's not because trauma bonds are trauma bonds where you are traumatizing each other, But when you go through something like, let's say, like my leg broke, and you went through that with me. Let's say I went to jail,
right?
And you went through that with me, Remy Ma and Papoose.
Yeah.
It creates a shared trauma that you will never be able to share with anyone else. So it creates a love for that person for sharing it with me.
Is it a fake love?
But it's real if you appreciate the shared experience. And you have to like my song is almost validating her experience and my experience and saying, I put you through this. I don't want to validate anything that you maybe have put me through, but I want to make sure the things that I put you through. The hook literally is like, forgive me. The song is literally saying, forgive me. And I talk about, and it's not just traumas of infidelity. You can have traumas of being low and not showing the person the love they deserved.
Okay, hold on, because we need a whole nother episode for this.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, honestly.
Can y'all bring me back?
Absolutely. You and your lovely, lovely wife.
I would love to.
I would love to. I would love to, for both of you to come on and speak about your experiences.
It would be amazing.
She's a Gemini.
She's a Gemini. And Cancer and Gemini, summer signs.
Absolutely.
Now it's bad.
When can we expect the book to come out?
So I'm hoping for October.
Okay.
October, Libra season. It's feeling right to me. Like we just got to get press.
Okay.
We're getting press and publication.
When's the next
right
single
now.
dropping then?
And so the album is next. The album Blog Era is Dead is next. And we're
Okay.
actually just dropping the album very soon. I'm not going to tell y'all the date.
Okay.
But by the time y'all get in this, y'all will know the date.
Okay, well, let's sign off then. What's is there something that you want to plug in or add just about you behind the veil of XV?
I would definitely like to just share, one thing that people, I think they get confused about artists of a long term. I'm XV, so I've been rapping since I was 15. Artists who have been doing stuff for a long time, and maybe people feel like you're not where you want to be. Like I said, I made a lot of albums where I talked about where I want to be. And so now when I'm making an album, I'm like, damn, this is the first album where I'm like talking about where I'm at. And I'm talking about, like, I'm not looking at that. Maybe, and like my friend told me, that's maturity. That's not you changing or evolve. That's you. If you evolving, it's you maturing.
Absolutely.
And so you were who you were back then. You were just immature. You didn't know who you were. You didn't know what you wanted. Now that I know who I am and what I want, I just want people to understand, like, I am in the most, like, successful part of my life right now. Just because I've finally aligned success with, like, my family, my career, and, like, how I wake up. How do I feel when I wake up?
That part, yeah.
Like, am I excited about what this day has for me?
Right.
And for the past, I want to say 5 years, I've been there. 5 years. It's taken me time, though. 10 of those years, of those 5, were rough.
Do you meditate?
I just started. Meditating is definitely hard for me. We talked about ADHD, didn't we? It's hard for me. But I started. You actually recommended a book to me.
Joe Dispenza.
Yeah, Joe Dispenza. I've read 3 of his books now.
That's crazy. Yeah, Joe's crazy.
I
All
love
right?
when you tell someone to read something, they actually read it.
Yeah, I'm the person. You tell me to read something, unfortunately,
Yes.
it might take me a while, but I'm going to get to it. And Joe Dispenza, another person told me another book. I want to say it was something supernatural.
Yeah.
Okay.
Becoming supernatural.
Becoming supernatural.
Yeah.
What's his other one then?
The placebo. You are the placebo.
Yeah, okay.
Breaking the habit of being yourself.
Breaking the habit of being yourself.
That
That's
part.
the one.
That was the.
So those two.
Ooh, yeah.
That's the one that.
Oh, it broke you.
Yeah.
So let me offer you one. Mastery of Love. All right, Mastery of
noted.
Love. I actually would tell anybody who is in a relationship or looking for a relationship to read this book. It really helps you define what love is. People have misconstrued the word. You know, go back to that Boomerang classic line. You don't know what love is.
That part.
We don't. So go read that book. It's not long. It takes 4 hours to read.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
I'll
can
read
read
it.
it today.
Since she read mine, I'll read yours. And
All right.
before we wrap up, I have one question. You're looking at 15-year-old XV.
Yeah.
What would you tell him?
Oh, especially being where I'm at now.
Maybe you're looking at him at a time where, you know, he felt lost or he was just confused or things.
Especially 15-year-old XV.
Yeah.
I would tell him, man, if I had that opportunity, I know the thing that I would say would probably be the thing that I take in the most with my life now, which is don't be afraid. Cancers do this. Don't be afraid of going after that opportunity because you feel like it isn't going to work out. It's not going to go the way you want. Don't be afraid.
The fear.
In fact, don't let fear run anything in you. Actually, those things that you're afraid of are the things that you should do. I would tell them that because
Yeah.
I was actually horrible in school for that reason because I had I
Played
wanted
it
to
too
do
safe?
Yeah, I played it too safe. I feared not being good at it, so I almost didn't
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
You know, and now that I'm older, I'm like, damn, I love reading, I love writing. I would have loved school.
Crazy. You
Yeah.
go back like, I would have tried this. I would have tried this. I would
Yeah.
have tried this.
But I had fear of not being the best at it. You know, I didn't do sports for the same reason.
Or fear if we are the best at it.
Yes.
And what
it
comes with that.
And what comes with
Yeah.
that. I've held myself back from that. There's so many opportunities I passed up in the
Right.
music industry
Right.
that I go, there's only one that I go, I regret, but there's none that I really go, damn, I wish I wasn't fearful.
Well, that brings me to, okay, after we close out, I got a question for you when we get off mic.
Okay, say less.
All right, cool.
Say less.
Thank you so much for
Hey.
being our first guest to kick off our first episode.
And you're coming back with
I'm coming back. I gotta bring Kashia back and talk beads and astrology. Okay.
Has to come back.
All right.
All right.
I appreciate y'all for having me
Absolutely.
because
Shout out to Shocker Studios.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Shocker Studios.
Shout out to y'all.
For making this happen, for housing this
Yes.
meaningful conversation.
yes, more to come.
Absolutely.